females. Supercharge and conquer your world at InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139.
You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Welcome back to the Alex Jones Show. I'm David Knight. I'll be your host this hour. We're going to be taking your calls at 800-259-9231. Just before we came up to a commercial break last hour, I was going to Mike in Wyoming, and we ran out of time. So let's go to Mike in Wyoming. You want to talk about Islam? Is that right, Mike?
Islam and Vichy France, but Islam is more current. There's two areas where I think Alex is a little bit confused. Two areas, he and I have kind of paralleled our studies over the years, but on Islam, he keeps calling it Islamic terrorism, and a year or two back, President Obama held a press conference, and he said, these terrorists are not Muslims. This is not Islam. It may have been the only truthful thing he ever said. Back in the early 1800s, the British intelligence sent agents into the Middle East to radicalize Muslims. They bankrolled a man named Abdul Wahab, and this is a guy
in Saudi Arabia. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, and he gave a mandate to his followers to murder all Muslims. He hated Muslims. He hated the religion. He wanted to take them back to pre-Islamic, mother goddess worship days. I suspect a lot of Wahhabis today don't even know that. But at any rate, England did that in order to try to destroy the Ottoman Empire, Turkey, what we call Turkey today, and the Islamic religion in general. Today, you've got the state religion of Saudi is Wahhabi Islam, which is Wahhabism, let's call it. And Qatar's, their state-sponsored religion is Wahhabism.
And most people don't realize. Most people look at it as a monolithic thing, just as probably the Muslims look at Christianity as a monolithic thing. We don't understand that there's Sunnis and Shiites and Wahhabi, and they have very different approaches to things. But I think the key thing is that we see that our government, as you pointed out, even start having a role in the beginnings of Wahhabism. Our government is out there creating and arming and training al-Qaeda, and they're creating and arming and training ISIS, and we see this being readily admitted. I think that's a key part of it. I think it's also interesting that when we see these shootings, so many times we see these guys behaving in a way that certainly would not be part of their religion. They're hanging out with prostitutes, and they're going to topless bars, and they're drinking heavily and using drugs, and it's like, gee, these guys look more like they work for the CIA or the Secret Service. They do that. They're part of a religious organization.
For that, they are Satanists fundamentally. They want to go back to pagan times. That's why there's such a resonance between them and the Kabbalists who control the New World Order movement. These guys are basically the same. They want to return us to pagan values so that they have a pretext to kill 90% of humanity for Mother Earth. So these guys should not be confused with real Muslims, and I agree with the Muslim clerics on this point. Remember Mattson said he was over in Iran a couple months ago, and the imams were wringing their hands and saying, "Hey, these guys that are running on the black pajamas they're not us," and he's right. These are the guys. It's these Satanists who are being bankrolled by the State Department and CIA. The other point is on Vichy France. This one drives me nuts because I've argued this point with my cousin many times. You have to remember the historical context. Alex looks down his nose at the Vichy French, but remember, they had seen at least 20 years of 10 million people murdered, starved to death in Russia by the the Yiddish-speaking bandits who took over that country, and so a lot of the French saw Germany as a bulwark against the the Huns coming out of Russia, who were going to sweep.
I understand. Yeah, it's also it's just become a essentially meme, just like Quisling, who cooperated with the Nazis. I don't think that, just because somebody is wrong about something, it still doesn't excuse their collaboration. Thanks for the call. We're going to be right back with more of your calls, 800-259-9231. Stay with us.
The government's Department of Homeland Security is buying up loads of ammo. At the same time, they're restricting civilians' rights to own and purchase firearms. Can you put two and two together? Infidel Body Armor can stop every round, including hollow points and .308 sniper rounds, is reasonably priced and fully legal. But for how long? Go to InfidelBodyArmor.com, spelled INFIDEL bodyarmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
When cells become toxic, they die early and aging sets in. No one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. Just one of the key compounds, BioPQQ, is backed by major clinical studies. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? We now have the synergistic solution. Secure your DNA force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. For all of recorded history, civilizations around the world praised the health benefits of silver. At InfoWars Life, our mission is to bring you the highest quality, purest, cleanest, effective colloidal silver on the market today for the lowest price available. You don't have to be a doctor to know. The fall and winter months are the most dangerous time of year in North America when it comes to you and your family's health. InfoWarsLife.com is very excited to announce our biggest run yet of Silver Bullet colloidal silver, exclusively available at InfoWarsLife.com. Now, InfoWarsLife.com has taken colloidal silver to the next level using a cutting-edge technique that is free of toxic artificial additives. Now more than ever, it's important to stock up on high-quality Silver Bullet from InfoWarsLife.com. No survival chest is complete without Silver Bullet. Secure your Silver Bullet today at InfoWarsLife.com or by calling toll-free 888-253-3139. Silver Bullet. Year after year, we watched the threats steadily increase. And now, this winter has been the worst on record when it comes to our immune systems and health. For more than 2 years, InfoWarsLife.com has been watching this crisis intensify, and Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Complex was our answer. Using a proprietary process that takes ancient proven herbs and combines them with modern science, this powerful and affordable formula contains more than 14 key herbs and extracts, including echinacea, ginger root, elderberry, golden seal root, a proprietary yin chio formula, and many, many more. I take it, and so does my family. It's made in the USA, gluten-free, alcohol-free, no artificial flavors or colors, and not tested on animals. Take advantage of this introductory offer for Ancient Defense, normally $19.95, now only $14.95. That's 25% off. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139 to secure your Ancient Defense.
We now take you live to the Central Texas Command Center in the heart of the resistance. You're listening to The Alex Jones Show.
Welcome back to The Alex Jones Show. I'm David Neidell, your host this hour. We're going to go back to your calls. Before we do, there was an article that got posted on InfoWars today. It's a clip from our show yesterday. We had a caller call in and say that he was forced to pay a hidden TSA fee in order to get his motorcycle. What he said was that there was a couple $100 fee, and the guy told him, yeah, we have to do all this paperwork and reporting for the TSA. We have to have them look to see if you're on a no-fly list before you can get a motorcycle. And we have to report to them if you're going to pay more than $2,500 in cash. The IRS has a $10,000 reporting limit. Of course, that's widely known. He said that the TSA, he was told by this vehicle dealership that the TSA needed to be notified if it was more than $2,500. You know, we'll listen to what you tell us when you call in. We'll cover it, but we'll also try to validate it. I could not find, and I just want to make this clear, do an update to the story. I could not find anywhere where I could verify that the TSA was looking to see if people were on no-fly lists before they bought vehicles. I couldn't find anything about that. I also could not find anything where there were any reporting requirements to them about cash at $2,500. There is a entry form for goods that are being imported that are more than $2,500. So I'm not sure why that guy was telling him that. Perhaps he was just trying to jack the fees up. Maybe they had some discussions and the guy picked up that he didn't like the TSA and was just kind of blaming some of that on the TSA. I don't know, but if you can validate this, we're open to any information on it. But as far as I can tell at this point, that is not the case. We want to not make extravagant claims that we can't support here. We will always try to verify the information that we receive. Now, this is something that is being reported by the BBC. This is an article that Paul Joseph Watson has up on our website today. Office implants microchips under their employees' skins. This is a BBC reporter who goes to a Swedish technology firm and does this gee whiz article about how they're getting chips implanted under their hand. And actually, you can see him grimace when he takes the chip. Here, we got a clip of this. Let's play a little bit of that.
Here in the centre of Stockholm, a new high-tech office building is open to welcome startups and established companies like Google and Microsoft. But there's one key thing about the technology of the building, and that is that people who work here can be chipped to gain entry to the building and various services.
Oh, boy.
I've just been chipped myself. It's not a painless process, but it doesn't last too long, not too difficult. Minor surgical procedure, which basically involves a little chip the size of, I suppose, of a grain of rice being inserted under your skin, and you can then go off and have it programmed and then do various things inside the building. Let's go and have a look. And here's Hannah Sjöblad, who is in charge of this whole chipping operation in this building. Now, you've been chipped yourself. Where's your chip?
Yeah, I have a chip right here, which I use to access the entire office.
So let's see if we can get into this particular
This is how I do it.
Okay.
No need for passcodes.
And we're in. So, what else can you use this for? Is it just for gaining entry to doors? Because that would seem a fairly simple thing.
Absolutely not. I mean, with this technology, I interact with all kinds of devices all around us. It can be normally my smartphone. I unlock my smartphone, my computer, I unlock my bike. All kinds of things that are now part of the greater connected Internet of Things.
But inside this building, you'll be able to do what else? What other thing will you be able to do?
Oh, I open the front door, I open various office rooms.
Pause this right here. Is this really that groundbreaking a technology? Do you really need to get a chip implanted so that you can do any of the stuff that he just described? I can do every bit of that, and so can you, without having a chip implanted in me. I can get into a door, I can unlock my car, I can use my phone, I can use a photocopier. I don't need to have a chip implanted. If they think that's going to somehow make them more secure, I mean, come on. It's been a common thing in science fiction where they've got a biometric of somebody's hand, they've got to get into a place, or somebody's eyeball. They did in Minority Report. You just take their eyeball out, you cut off their hand or whatever. I would rather have my key stolen, actually, than to have that happen. But what really offends me about all this is the gee whiz attitude by these reporters and by this technology company saying, isn't this groundbreaking? Isn't this special? There's nothing special about this. We need to understand how sinister this is going to be, the use of this is going to become, and that's what he says in the very next section. Continue playing this, guys. I want you to get this guy's report.
Open the copy machine so that I can log into it.
So you can print just by putting your hand against the printer?
Exactly. So it's instead of having some clumsy device in my pocket, I just put my hand on the reader. If we help show people that this is really not that complicated, it's making our lives easier, I think people will actually welcome this tool to make their lives easier.
And is there a sort of wider philosophy behind it?
We are early adopters of this technology. We experiment with it. We learn it, how it works, because I think that there might be a day when the tax man or big corporates will come to us and say, hey, try this chip, try this implant. And then we, the biohackers who understand this technology, we will be able to question their proposals.
Oh, he's going to be the good guy who's going to save you from the bad corporation, the bad government, the tax man who is forcing this chip on you? Come on. He doesn't need to actually put the chip in and use it to understand the sinister purposes of it or to even hack it. It's going to be very easy to hack that, just like it's going to be very easy to hack your car. They're already talking about how the Internet of Things doesn't even have the security that the Internet has. So this is something that it really disturbs me to see this happen. I don't want to go back to your calls. Let's go to Switchblade in Texas. Switchblade, you want to talk about North American Union?
Yes. How are you doing tonight?
Doing good.
We